Very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. Myself, Vaibhav. In today's session of Market Movers, we will be looking for any trading opportunities which might arise in the DAX, which is showing the bullish momentum in today's trading session. The equities found new buying momentum after rather dovish commentary from the Fed Chair, Mr. Jerome Powell, on Friday. That momentum remains unabated as we step into the new week today. DAX is going to be the instrument of choice amongst all the equity indices simply because it has recently seen decent correction after establishing the all-time high above 16,000. It seems well poised to regain the 16,000 level after correction and consolidation while holding above the breakout level. On the data calendar, there were no market moving releases for Asian markets. Moving to the European trading hours, we received Euro area consumer confidence final print for the month of August. It is at minus 5.3, which points to the deterioration compared to the prior month's minus 4.4. Households are getting more cautious as new wave of COVID with Delta variant is impacting the economic activity. The services sector in particular is getting highly impacted. The situation remains a lot better compared to the prior wave with increased COVID vaccine coverage this time around. The Euro area economic sentiment indicator for August also dropped. It is now at 117.5 compared to all-time high of 119 reached in the month of July. The services sentiment saw a dip to 16.8 for the month of August. The Germany CPI preliminary estimate came in at 3.9% in terms of year on year, which is the highest in more than 2 decades. Improving domestic demand coupled with the low base effect is contributing to this much higher than average reading for inflationary pressures in Germany. For the United States, the pending home sales saw a decline of minus 1.8% in terms of month on month and minus 8.5% in terms of year on year in the month of July. This is mainly because of the tight supply rather than lack of demand in the US. As the inventory increases, we are likely to see better growth numbers in coming months. Now let's see what's happening in the charts. We will consider the technical outlook for DAX, and after that we will also see if there are any trading opportunities in the commodity side, the instrument of choice being light crude oil amongst the commodities. Let's take a look on the DAX technical outlook. This is the daily time frame chart, and here we have the DAX just little below the 16,000 level. So far in the day, it has found the buying and it is holding well above the yesterday's closing value. Yesterday means Friday. Yesterday was Sunday, so there was no trading session. And if we consider its price formation, we have this consolidation phase where the DAX is holding well above these prior swing highs. So that gives us the confidence that we are likely to see further gains down the line for DAX and a new all-time high might be established surpassing the prior high just little above 16,000. So that is what we are betting on, and by the end of week we might have a new breakout, and if that is going to happen we should be in position to profit from this scenario, and for that we will have to look for the optimum trading levels where we can optimize the stop loss and target price. For that, mostly we will have to rely on the lower time frame charting. Here we have the resistance in place around 15,900 level, and this is where the DAX gains have been kept so far. Last week also it struggled to cross and hold above it, and after that the correction deepened towards 15,700. But from those low levels, it has again found some buying and it is trying to cross above the 15,900, the first resistance of this pivot point series this time around. So it will be interesting to see how the day closes for the DX. If we have this close above the first resistance, then I think we will have increased probability of DAX moving higher in coming sessions, and our target naturally is going to be closer to this immediate swing high. I think if we are willing to wait and take some risk, we can even keep the target above the 16,000 levels, and a target around 16,150 to 16,200 can be taken into consideration, which is going to be the second resistance of this month's pivot point series. Today also is the last day of this month's pivot point series, so we will have a fresh series on Wednesday, and accordingly we can modify our trade positioning. For the time being, if we consider the regression curve coupled with this pivot point series, I think we have this sideways kind of trajectory where the bullish momentum is not that strong. Rather than that, it is more likely the DAX will be ending the day with not much gains. Maybe it will try to close above 15,900, but a big move is not likely in today's session. But tomorrow, if we have the new breakout, possibility emerges that we might see the DX climbing towards the all-time high again, and that is what we are betting on. For that, we will have to position ourselves for a buy trade, and as long as price action remains above this convergence area of 50, 100, and 200 SMA, I think we can take the risk and go for a new trade while keeping the stop loss anywhere close to this immediate swing low, which is there around 15,750. So here, this is the price area which we can target for a new buy entry while hoping for the continuation of the bullish momentum, and the stop loss is going to be there in case we happen to be wrong, so that factor is also being taken care of, and to make sure that the risk reward ratio is favorable enough, I would suggest that you wait it out for a new all-time high to be established, and target towards 16,200 can also be considered. Now let's consider the technical outlook for light crude oil. This is the daily time frame chart, and here we have seen the sharp reversal in light crude oil. Last week was one of the best week in recent memory for light crude oil, where it saw more than 10 percentage gains, and in this session it is likely to continue that bullish trajectory, but we are not really expecting those kind of gains this week as well. But the momentum, the direction is likely to remain bullish, and we will be looking for exploiting this situation to our advantage. For that, we will have to consider the regression curve as well as the pivot point series. The regression curve has flattened to a great extent as the price has reversed its course and climbed sharply from these lows established around the levels of $61 per barrel. Now, as the light crude oil is approaching the levels of 70 USD per barrel, I think we will have to trade cautiously here. We can consider these first support as a important marker, and as long as price remains well above that, we can be fairly confident of the continuation of these bullish tendency in the light crude oil. And for next two session, the light crude oil is likely to spend the time in consolidation, but bias remaining on the bullish side. So to exploit that, we should be looking for entry as close as possible to these immediate swing lows. Even if we consider the price action in today's session itself, we saw the reversal once the light crude oil got closer to this prior swing low, and from there on it has gained more than 1 percentage point. And if it continues this way, maybe it will again be getting closer to these psychologically important level of $70. So for any scalping kind of opportunities in the light crude oil, we can rely on the immediate price formation. We have this confluence of two SMAs, the 50 and 100 SMAs, which are converging closer to the levels of $68 per barrel. And this is where the immediate support has been there on the buying side for the light crude oil. And I think moving forward also we can watch out for these levels. A stop loss can be kept closer to or little below this immediate swing low, while looking to trade closer to this immediate support of 100 SMA. And given the fact that this is where the price has also shown respect and trying to climb higher again, I think we can take that risk while keeping the stop loss of around 1 percentage point on the lower side. And on the higher side, our immediate target should be closer to US dollar 70 per barrel, thus bringing us a risk reward ratio of even better than 1 is to 2. But this is more of an scalping kind of trading opportunity, not really a big swing trade moment. Once we have this consolidation, and by the time we start trading on Wednesday, we will have a fresh pivot point series. Also, a new month will begin, and we will have much more clarity and maybe much more consolidation as well. If we don't really see any big moves, big sharp moves prior to that. So that's my take looking at the current price formation. And before I sign off, I would also like to remind of the risk associated with trading in the financial instrument. One should be careful while using the information provided. The information has been provided as is, and we should be taking it with due cautious. And the risk of trading, the risk of loss is always there while trading in the financial instrument. You can check out the Jacoscopy Analytics page for further coverage of the market developments. The JForex platform provides you the world-class trading environment, so do check it out. We are also available on the Facebook. You can reach out to us there for any further query or any in-depth discussion. Thank you all for joining in. Have a fabulous day ahead. See you next time. Till then, goodbye.